Do you know what PCOS is and what the symptoms are? PCOS is a hormonal imbalance. PCOS stands for Polycystic Ovary Syndrome. PCOS is one of the most common endocrine disorders that are affecting women today. These are the symptoms of PCOS: infertility, brain fog, missed periods, irregular cycles, insulin resistance, excessive body hair growth, weight change or inability to lose weight, low sex drive, male pattern balding, high testosterone levels. See, what has the effect on our hormones is how we eat. Every time that we eat, our blood sugar spikes and our body releases a hormone called insulin. Here's the basics of insulin resistance and how it's formed. Our body releases a hormone called insulin. Every time that we eat, our blood sugar spikes. The insulin goes up to drive the glucose down. The glucose goes down and the insulin eventually comes back down. Depending on what you eat and how far you spike your sugar will depend on how much insulin or hormone is released. And depending on if you spiked it really high, it could take a really long time for that insulin to go down. Well, that insulin is what your body is running off of. And as you can feel, it doesn't feel good to run off of this insulin. This hormone is overloading our system and causing a hormonal imbalance. Every time that we eat, this happens. So if we're constantly snacking and eating throughout the day, that means that we're constantly spiking our insulin / hormones. And you know what jacks up your hormones the most? These sugary sweet drinks that we get through the drive-through, through these coffee houses. Stop spiking your hormones first thing in the morning. Start fasting in the morning instead of eating or drinking something. This will help your hormones because since last night, 8 o'clock till this morning, you've been fasting. Your hormones have had a chance to balance out and come down. Once you can get the insulin hormone down, then you won't feel like you're actually going through menopause. When your insulin is high like that, day after day, whether you're drinking sugary drinks, pasta, too much carbs, candy, treats, all those things are rising your insulin hormone. Day after day, week after week, a lifestyle of like having your hormones be raised up like this all day, every day, leads to insulin resistance. So what is the solution? How can you manage or help these hormones come into balance? Fasting is the best thing to help you with PCOS. It's the fastest, cheapest way that you can actually target your PCOS today. I've got tons of videos on fasting and how to manage your hormones. And for my fasting routine, check my profile. I've got what happens when you start skipping breakfast. I've also got Fasting 101.